Ciao, darlings. Happy Scorpio season. I know it's sexy spooky, as we've talked about. So I thrifted this romper. Oh my God. I'm going to try not to flash you guys throughout the... It's like... Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. But there is a little button, but it goes up too high, so I have to put my own little button in. But I have not done that yet, and I needed to show up for this video. But... Hi, welcome. Today we're going to go over Scorpio season. Please, if we have not met before, hello. My name is Sarah. It is so nice to meet you. This is my multidimensional cafe. This is your chair right over here. Literally every time I say that, the line from The Grinch pops into my head. The chair. Nobody told me about the chair. It's like, Sarah, I have to sit down at your multidimensional cafe table. Yeah, we're going over astrology today. I am a mystic, I'm a healer, a light worker, a spiritual counselor, whatever it is that you would like to label me in this time and space. Anything that means that my soul, my consciousness came from a different time and space to come down to run the human avatar Sarah and play human during the time of the awakening and to help you make sense of a little bit of the woo-woo and a little bit of the spirituality, a little bit of all the metaphysical things that are going on right now. And my credentials are, I have come from corporate and I've been training teams and guiding people and opening restaurants and cafes for the better part of 10 years now. So I cannot go back into the matrix, into the corporate world. I can help you out of it. That's what I'm here for. So I'm here to give you a few tools, teach you some tricks, things that have worked for me and that hopefully can work for you, and give you a little bit of an understanding with what the heck or nutters is going on in this cuckoo pants world right now. I know it's biblical, it's a lot. So we are going to go over the astrology a little bit. That's what the wheel is behind me. We're going to go over some tarot. I'm going to let you know, like, every minor arcana card runs a specific decan of the astrological wheel. So we're going to go over like where we've been coming from and what we're going into. So please, I've got 3, 4, 5 journals in front of me. I've got my tablet open to the astrology. I have all the different things, tarot, some water, and I have some coffee that's been going for a little while, and I have a Christmas candle because I'm just like turned into Buddy the Elf around holiday time. And since we know here at the Multidimensional Cafe that time and space actually don't really exist, we're transcending time and space right now just by connecting. And, you know, thank you to YouTube for really helping to facilitate the quantumness of this world, is that I am recording this and then am able to press post, and, you know, this community, I have people that are all over the world that come and sit at this table together. So it's an incredible blessing to be here with all of you. I love and appreciate every single one of you. And full disclaimer, I'm fully learning how to human. So I apologize if I've not gotten back to everybody as fast as I possibly could. I am just trying my absolute best right now in the middle of this eclipse portal. So I appreciate all of your patience and understanding. I am really integrating as much as I possibly can, but learning how to be as authentic as I possibly can be and honor my integrity at the same time. So although I have said so many times I will not show up unless my bucket is full, I honor the fact that I have created this table and that this is something that I nourish every single day. So I just wanted to highlight that. But please pause this video and go get your coffee or tea. This is the fidget spinner that I've been playing with. It's my it's a Dalmatian jasper, yes, but it's a Dalmatian stone. I don't think it's technically a jasper. And, you know, it's for a while was something that helped me with my spots. I have like really beautiful spots all over my body that look like a Dalmatian. And now I don't ever want them to go away. I love them so much, and I'm learning how to really integrate that. But I've like had a lot of Dalmatian around for a bit, and I have a skull in the other room. Marvin, his name's Marvin. So please go grab your coffee or tea, pause this video. Share my life. It's been Whitney a lot lately. So let's go over the astrology first and then deep dive into it. I'm going to put the link for the Scorpio rising, new moon in Libra reading, because we talked about the sexiness of it. and how Scorpios right now, and Scorpio Suns, happy birthday to you all. I am a Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto in the 12th house. For any Scorpio placements right now, like, that was your time. That was a stage where it's just like, this is Halloween, this is Halloween. I want you to actually utilize that as something that is for your better development and for your growth. It's kind of, if we're just kind of riding down the road of life and we're coming into October, we're coming into Scorpio season, but for so many, just utilize Halloween. We're going to a spooky season, and you love the spookiness, and you watch scary movies, and you go to the haunted houses, and you kind of accept a little bit of the woo-woo during this time. So I would love for you to do a little bit of investigatory research, I don't even know if that's the way to say that, in your journals, and just be like, what is it that you really accept and honor during Halloween season, and what aspect of Halloween season can you kind of take with you and integrate going into the rest of your life? Like, use this, pretend that you're on safari and you're allowed to take one thing from Scorpio season. What is it? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in angels? Do you believe in demons? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? What level of understanding of this woo-woo reality do you already believe in? Let's just start where we are. And maybe comment below, like, if astrology, if multidimensionality, if spirituality really isn't your language, what component of Halloween time have you always been like, oh my God, yeah. Like, when I was growing up, my grandma was always talking to the ghosts. Like, now I talk to my grandma, she's been dead for 30 years. Like, what component of this season are you like, yeah, that just makes sense. That just makes sense. So let's look at the astrology of it. But their reason... And I know if you've never been here with me, we're gonna hit the ground running. I know that. But if you've been with me for a little while, you know that I'm not just talking about like being all sexy and stuff like that. You know that there's like a biblical like sexual attack that's going on right now, that the children are being sexualized. There's so much that we can unpack. But actually, like, integrating sexiness is a big deal, So we're going to look at like kind of a little bit of, we're all over the place. It's still Libra season as I'm recording this, so apologize in advance. So here we go. The day that, it's the 23rd, I want to say, the day that the sun goes into Scorpio season, or the sun goes into the sign of Scorpio. And so basically, it was on my iPad. So basically, it's the moment that the sun is at 0 degrees of Scorpio. And at that moment, that will happen no matter where you are on the planet. It'll just be at a different time, but that will happen for everybody. And this will be the planetary alignment when that happens. So the sun will be going into 0 degrees of Scorpio. The moon will be over here in Aquarius. Mercury the day before goes into Scorpio. We've had Mars already in Scorpio, and Venus is over here in our 6th house. It's still in the sign of Virgo. This is the general wheel. It starts with Aries and goes all the way around to Pisces over here. So these are our outer planets, our heavy hitters. They're not really going anywhere. They're chilling. So I'm not going to bring those up right now. I'm going to highlight the fact that the South Node is going to be finally left alone in the side of Libra. So after all this excitement and all of these cuckoo pants things that have been going on as far as our relationships are concerned, a lot of Libra placements that I know, Libra sun, moon, and rising, have already gone through pretty intense breakups. So I just want to highlight like that my heart is with you. If the fact that you have made these changes, whether you were the one facilitating it or whether the person in your life facilitated it, just know that that is a part of your soul's growth. And astrologically speaking, as well as like self-awareness and like authenticity speaking, I'm really proud of you for making these big changes at the beginning of this time period. It just speaks to your strength. It just speaks to your strength, your inner strength. And I know that it's painful. Like, there's absolutely nothing that I could possibly say to diminish how feely and intense every single thing that you're experiencing is. It takes me like 3 hours every morning to just get ready for the day. And I'm not kidding. Like, just to actually prepare myself, ground myself, do all of my new chop wood, carry water activities that prepare me to go out into the world. So yeah, 3 hours, give or take. give or take. Like, I can show up. I could probably get, if I had to be efficient in my processes and like had like a very, very early morning meeting, I would probably be able to give myself an hour and a half to 2 hours to do it. So all the times that I say like nothing's slowing down, then honor that, and that take all the time that you need, like time block, like give yourself that time. Wake up earlier. You have to be somewhere at a certain time, then wake up early. You know what I mean? Like help yourself. So we have the South Node now that's really, it's just kind of like this wild collective just like happened in our house of relationships over here. If Aries is I am, then Libra, the exact opposite, is I balance. So it's just going to be nice. It's like we've all gone through some version of a battle within our relationships, and we're looking at the rubble, basically. That's what this says to me. Like the view is like there's gold within your relationships. Even if you had to like really like hold someone here and they were like had their head up against your hand and they're like swinging, trying to get at you, there's still beauty in your boundaries. There's beauty in the consistency of your boundaries. So just know that you're okie dokie. You can do this. I believe in you. None of this is easy, but together we can do this. So let's look at just the lenses of this house right over here. So the 8th house is deep transformation, death, and rebirth. This is shared possessions. When it comes to, what did I just say? The 1st and the 7th house, I am, I balance. The 2nd and the 8th house, this is the money axis. Taurus and Scorpio, this is about money. Money, please. Well, money is really like over here, our 2nd house, values, access to resources, Taurus run house. This is fixed negative earth. And we have Jupiter and Uranus retrograde in this house. I don't think that either of them are going to be doing anything for the entirety of... Nope. Neither of them are moving for Scorpio season, so I don't have to talk about them. Those are just, they're chilling. We're reassessing our values. So money might be slow for some people. Money might be, if it's slow, it's on purpose. So look at the grasping and attach the dopamine to the process of acquiring it instead of the acquisition of it. You're the same person. So if it's not coming, then just vibe as the being that has it. You know what I mean? That's a lesson for me too. I'm just saying. So 8th house over here, this is fixed negative, let me see. Fixed negative water energy run by Mars and Pluto. So we have had Mars in this house. Mars has been happy in that house. It's ready to think of the scorpion tail. That's Mars in Scorpio. Mars in Libra was not easy, was not happy. It was very passive aggressive. It was just like very like not in any, like in no way was it aggressive. It had no idea which way to go. Our Mars was in a sign run by Venus. It was not happy. So now Mars now being in a sign that's run by Mars and Pluto is like, let's get shit done. Let's get shit done. Let's like hold our ground and hold our boundaries over here. Mercury, the way that you communicate might come off as a little bit cutting, but I want to highlight a story that I had told a little bit ago to a friend, because I make the joke as a Scorpio rising, like I said, conjunct Pluto in the 12th house, which means that my natal Pluto is right here on my birth chart, right there. So it's like I'm cozy in really fucked up situations. I'm like, this is normal. This is fine. This is okie dokie. Graveyards are cool. So as a Scorpio rising, I've always made the joke, like, when we burn a bridge, when relationships are over, it's just like, what is that nice warmth on my back? Oh, it's the bridge I just burned. Thank you. It's really nice and cozy. I appreciate that. Like, and you know, I was chatting with an old friend about that, and they looked at me like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what? It's that intense? It's that cutthroat? And so I wrapped around with her the next day, and I'd said, so basically, because this is deep transformation, this is the Phoenix run house. So think of when a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising, has a relationship with you, you know, and on the wheel, we go from like relationships, the important people, this is also open enemies, to the people that have lasted. And I'm going to share things with you. I'm going to share a house with you. I'm going to share a business with you. I'm going to sign a contract with you. Like, this is shared stuff. When we move, what's in the second house is what we put into the box, what is ours, and the eighth house is like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Lots of trauma in here. This is the lions and tigers and bears portion of the chat. So when I say we've burned a bridge, I mean to say that in my hobbit hole, in my magical witch's tower, in the scorpionic, like I want to, like the hermit tower, if you will, I have spent days of my life processing this relationship. I have spent hours really deciding, like, okay, am I overstepping here? Is this something that I can handle? I love this person. They bring this to the table. They're really lovely and generous here. I'm really loving and generous here. But I remember that this happened at this time and it really didn't vibe with me. And it took me a long time to come down from that. So I don't know if like maybe, but they still ingest alcoholic beverages. So maybe that's really not for me. And I don't ingest those spirits. And then my nervous system gets so uncomfortable. So if a Scorpio has come to the point that they're ready to end a relationship, know that it is with a hardened heart. It is with, like, this is still waters run deep. These are like, what's the word I want to, not glaciers, what's the word I'm looking, like reservoirs. It's like this goes down for miles, but it's placid. And you just see this, yes, I'm sorry, I have to end this relationship, but it is not without love and respect. And there's a little bit of a resting bitch face. No, there's like roaring tears inside of there. Roaring tears. This is fixed water energy. Fixed water energy. Fixed axis. We just went from cardinal air, which was like wanting to go first, intellectually wanting to go first. Our brains were moving so fast. Like the balancing of the scales, we're constantly been going ebbing and flowing. So now we're like, no, I've just done that. And now I have to move on. I have to move on. So that's interesting. That's interesting about Scorpios. So I just want to highlight that after the rubble of Libra season, with the South Node staying in Libra, South Node is our collective releasing, our purging. These are old karmic, like past life comfy patterns. Comfy patterns. It's easier to just go along with the status quo than it is to be yourself and start your own company. It's easier to do things the way you've always done them than setting ripples within your community and standing out. But you can't do that anymore. Obviously, you cannot do that anymore. We're playing to, like, this is something that Pam Gregory, one of my favorite astrologers, has spoken so eloquently about for a long time now, is we have not been playing checkers with the universe, with our, government, whomever you've deemed to be more like the person that you listen to. We are not playing checkers with them. We've been playing chess with life for a very long time. So although it can be like, oh my God, it'd be so much easier to do this. And oh my goodness, thank goodness that they're doing this. But then it's like, no. Like at the grocery store that I go to at Whole Foods, they have this new like hand scanner. You can scan your hand, your perfectly perfect individual handprint, and then they can scan your credit card. And then when you go through, you just scan your hand. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Definitely go back and watch my, past life video in Atlantis. There's many things that could go wrong there, but that doesn't happen in this lifetime. It's just taking us so long because people are still participating in that. So we're here to hold space and to not judge. We're all doing the best that we can. The amount of times, I'm putting out my Waking Up Post-Woke series, so I have no freaking leg to stand on. I was susceptible to every single thing that the woke culture could have ever thrown at me, that any manipulation could have ever thrown at me. I know, I get it. I can only offer these things to you because I've come back to tell the tale. Yeah, I'm grateful for God and I'm grateful for Jesus for never letting me do things that were irreparable, that were no coming back from. So I'm very, very honored and grateful to be the divine feminine woman that I am here, standing here today. But I won't get into that. That's on my personal stuff. So we still have Venus is still in Virgo over here. Venus is chugging. I just think that it's important for us to highlight that Libra season is kind of like the chunk of what was so intense before is now left vacant. So I'm just going to parlay over to the tarot really quick and give you some information about. So this is card, like I had said in the Libra equinox introductory video, this card runs the last staken of the Libra area of the chart. So it's been about rest. It's been about rest. And just kind of like, if it's not 10 out of 10, don't do it. Don't do it. Wait for God to open the door for you. Wait. Rest. Like, I was not even able to make as much content as I wanted to over the past 3 days. I've been sleeping like 12 plus hours. It's been gross, but needed, and I've surrendered to it because there's obviously something bigger going on. So I have to practice what I preach. So that is the last staken of Libra. Now we're going into 1 to 10 degrees of Scorpio, ruled by Mars. Yeah. I will constantly be pie in the sky for you. Constantly. Yeah. It's, shit has happened. There's a lot of rubble. There's a lot of intensity going on right now on the planet. Yeah. I don't really stay up to date on all of it, but I'm feeling it in my meditations and doing my best to just send as much love and white light to every single person on the planet. And just whenever, and I've talked about this for a while, whenever something is happening outside of ourselves that we have absolutely no control over, look at what is happening inside yourself that's a micro of that macro that you can actually handle. For example, right now, the word that I'm really integrating is coexist. There's a lot of people in my life that, have done really shitty things to me, and that I've done really shitty things too. And that I, live in a cute little small town, little island, East Coast island town. And we can't avoid each other. We can't demonize each other forever. We can coexist. And just be like, wow, I forgive you, and live your life over there. That's amazing. And I don't have to have that like, oh my goodness, walk down the other end of the street. Don't walk up to that person. I don't want to get screamed at in public again. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no. I can just coexist with you and just let you live your life and not have to have any sort of engagement. We can just kind of like walk past each other and let that be that. So that's what I'm really working on right now, personally, and integrating. So if you would like to be accountability buddies for that one, please join me on that. Like, who is someone that maybe like has wronged you, you've wronged, like there was a dramatic past there, and they're in your life. Hella high water. We must accept them and accept the situation. Because if we're carrying that anger and that resentment, that's what's the parable? Drinking poison and expecting the other person to die? And these are steps. This is integrating. But I really appreciated and I'm resonating with the term coexisting. Like, we can all coexist. Can't get off the planet. So now this being neither, is in, you can't tell who they are. So this is all of us. And as they look down at these 5 cups, they're very somber. This is something really shitty happened. Something happened. We lost something we cannot get back. But look at where the focus is. This is a gate card. The 2 cups behind this being and the path to something else, there's a bridge over there. Take as much time as you need to really feel the feelings. Take as much time as you need, but at some point, since at this table, we don't take our traumas and label them on our lapel and say, I'm this way because this person fucked me over. We pick up the pieces and we say, I really learned this lesson in a really efficient way. And so that's very interesting. So I'm just going to quickly highlight the other 2 cards because this is the next part. So this runs the 11th to 12th degrees of Scorpio. 11 to 20 degrees of Scorpio. And then this is 21 to 30 degrees of Scorpio. Oh, also the book incredible tarot reference book. This is also the author of 78 Degrees of Wisdom, Rachel Pollack. Could not recommend this book higher. Could not recommend it higher because it has, I'll just show you. Like, right? So I'm just very fascinated by this. This is something that I'm studying, and I just love that there's like astrology and tarot and they overlap together. It's just so freaking cool. Everything's connected. It was 11:11 when I said that, so I just want to, okay. So I have to stitch these videos together, so it's probably not going to be 11:11 when I put this out. But this is where we are. This is the beginning of Scorpio season. So anticipating that there might be some, like just some, you know what? A lot of people are dying, and I have numerous videos about death being different nowadays, and like why Jesus is not coming back, like just a few references for you. And like I'd become a minister at the beginning of 2021, I want to say, in anticipation for a mass exit, or to really help with, you know, grief counseling and, you know, even death dueling. So please reach out directly if that's a service of mine that you're interested in, because learning how to communicate from the other side is kind of cool. But it doesn't make the human feel any better. So as I say this, a lot of you can, you know, be like, wow, Sarah, you sound super disassociated when it comes to death. No, it's going to be painful. It's not easy to, you know, I can have my consciousness, but my human avatar experiences things on a very deep emotional level. Like Sarah the human is extremely emotional, and I love that about her. But so this is where we are. I find that to be super exciting. So Sarah, you've given me all this information, but has absolutely nothing to do with the, you know, spooky, sexy title that you've given this video. Palabras certas. So there's a really intense demonic attack on our children that's going on right now. Our children are being sexualized. That's not something that like I have to even, let's just plain as the nose on my face. That's what's going on right now. The amount of debauchery that's going on, it's just like there's OF, like it's just people, it's so, how do I say? It's so much, and it's not divine. There's a lot of like, there's a lot of decisions that people are making right now that maybe in a month, maybe in 6 months, maybe in a few years, you're going to recognize like, wow, I can't undo that decision. That's a lifelong decision. And so it's hard to watch. It can be hard to watch. It's sad to see, and it's, you know, it's biblical what's going on. And that's okay if this isn't something that, if those terms are triggering for you, I apologize. Please find different, like whatever word can mean biblical for you, like gargantuan, like prophesized. It's as big and important as possible. We're literally writing the history right now. What is going on the planet has never happened before. So having our dear Scorpios and going into Scorpio season, and I just want us to find our divine sexiness again. Divine sexiness, not a debauchery, not prostitution, not OF, not any of that, but divine, like divine, sacred sexuality. Yeah. That's what I would like. I want you to wear your best black on black on black. I want you out there sauntering down the street, not doing a catwalk, not flipping your hair over the place, but I want you to be dripping with your divine sensuality, sexuality, as if you just walked out of a graveyard. Like, I want it to be so, like, think of the vampires. Think of how you're always like, ooh, they're so beautiful and so lovely and stuff like that. Like, really vibe in that vibe. And I want to highlight Lilith as well. I might put the link to Lilith, my introductory video for Lilith, below. I'm going to probably do that because so many of us have been going through an intense like inner child, an intense like we're going through all of these changes that we recognize our Lilith, we're loving up on the Lilith, and now we have to go back into society. And it makes people really uncomfortable. When you're comfortable with yourself and you're in front of someone who's not comfortable with themselves, they're not going to be comfortable with you. So it's like the type of thing, like people have maybe said, like, you're intimidating. It's like, no, you're intimidated by my comfort in myself. I'm not out here sexualizing myself for your engagement. I'm comfortable in my sexuality. I'm comfortable in my sensuality. I am comfortable in my own skin. That's what I really want us to start nourishing. If we have been going through, like I said at the beginning of this video, if we've been going through some breakups, what did we learn, Dorothy? Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, in our house of money. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So if money is slow, relationships are slow, things are slow, where is your integrity? What do you value? Look at that. Look at that. Who's in your inner circle now? Who are the 5 closest people to you? Write out the list. Even if you did that at the beginning of Libra season, write it out again. South Node's going to be in Libra for another year and some change. So we've got time of the South Node, what we're releasing in our house of relationships, our collective house of relationships. This is us going into the North Node in Aries, the very I am, and having independence within our relationships. You know what? It's the season. I'm going to do a whole non-monogamy video because I have been there, and I would love to give some reference points and kind of a little bit of some tips and something. Just be careful going into that space. I was in a polyamorous quad relationship for about a year, and so there was 4 of us. I had a fiance who was male, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and the 4 of us were all together at that time. And there's a lot of beauty within non-monogamy, and then a lot of debauchery and a lot of demonic activities that happen. So it's a very, very it's coming about a little bit more, especially with the North Node and Aries. That was not just my, oh my goodness, it's an astrologer that I used to follow and I haven't seen her content in a while. I hope she's okay. And she had spoken so eloquently of the North Node in Aries going into like very non-conventional relationships, because we need to have our independence, yes, but divine partnership is the reason that we're here on the planet. So, and there's so much there's like a somberness that I've been experiencing as of late, and it's, can speak to, divine women and divine men that maybe woke up around the same time that I did. And, I have a lot of really lovely friends that are in between partners right now, and bless them because they held out and did not settle for the 7 out of 10, the 8 out of 10s. And so there's this pause in between. And for, those that are not choosing their most authentic path, I know a lot of people have seen like, oh my God, she just got back with her ex. And oh my God, I wish I didn't say that about that ex. She just got back with him. Okay. Because it's just the corridor that you walk down, between partners when you're waiting for your divine partner. It's a roaring silence. So I get it. There's nobody at the table sometimes. You go to bed with your toy or your body pillow. But that's okay. Waiting is okay. Not stepping into your not divine role is not okay. So there are things that you can do. If you're a physical touch person, go get massage. You can do that. If you need, go to the gym and deadlift till you can't deadlift anymore. Let the weight be your dom. But I'll do in Scorpio season a non-monogamy video. I feel like now is the time. But to really wrap this whole thing together, it's, nothing is slowing down, and I don't use that as a fear-based activity. Give yourself more time, seriously, at the beginning of the day and the end of your day, to prepare yourself for certain uncertainty, for, all of the things that are happening all at the same time, for soul challenges to come up on a micro and a macro level. And if something is happening on a macro level on the other side of the planet that you feel so powerless to, then what is it inside of yourself that you can look at? What fighting, what war, what issue can you really coexist with? Join me in coexisting, and use that word to really forgive someone that has wronged you. Like, you're worthy of having that frustration, but put it down, because you're choosing to keep that attachment to them. Rip that label off your lapel, my friend. Yeah. You are no sad sap. You are not to be pitied, my dear. You are not to be pitied. I'm going to ask my guys. Oh, they're good. The eclipse is coming up. I'm recording this early. I'm going to record my full moon eclipse videos early as well. I'm going to take some time away from social media, at least producing information around the time of this full moon, as well as going into Halloween. So please always know that you can email me directly and I will do my best to get back to you, but I'm not going to be as present just during that time period. But this full moon eclipse is happening in Taurus at 5 degrees. So that will be right at the beginning of the second house. And just like we talked about, this is values, this is money, this is access to resources. People are resources. Every little thing that you bring to the table shows the universe how you view yourself. This will have a lot to do with money as well. Does everybody have just a little, a wee bit of shelf-stable food just tucked away just in cases? Not as a fear-based, but as oh, okay, I'm so okie dokie if I can't get to the things that I need to get to. Just planting a seed for that here, not in a fear-based, like I said. I'd just like to have extra water. I really should get some more coffee for the house just in cases, but just things that give you a little bit of sense of safety and security. So no matter, you're not shit, I need to go do this. And just be oh, I'm good actually for a few days. I'm good. So sustainability, and that can just be the next time you're at the grocery store, maybe pick up some oats or some eggs, or no, oats, some rice, or some cans of beans. I love cans of soup. Those are amazing to have as well. Just planting a seed there. No reason. I think that's it. For today. What questions do you have for me? What are you most excited about the Scorpio season? What has really resonated with you with this video? And please join the group if you'd like. Please subscribe to the channel. It's a really incredible group of beings that kind of just have come together in a really interesting way. And I couldn't be more grateful for every single one of you. You're in my prayers. You're always in my gratitudes every single day. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And I can't wait for the day that I'm traveling around and we can meet at cafes all over the world and we can just have some coffee and tea and chat about astrology and all of this good woo-woo stuff. It's a good thing. So I think that's it. I love you so much. I will see you soon. I'm going to get my full moon eclipse video out ASAP, and I will try to get that non-monogamy video out also. It's so delicious. What? Have all these things? Yeah, but when you go to the candy store and then you eat everything, how do you feel after? Yeah. As I've always said, everything about this planet, everything about spirituality, personal growth and development, leadership, whatever it is that you would like religion, anything. This is a cafeteria line of offerings. So please only take what resonates with you and do not take what doesn't resonate with you. And take the amount of what really resonates with you and then leave the rest. I love you. I'll see you soon.